Welcome to It's All Black and White TV, and it's the World Cup Roundup show. So, yeah, so let's put this video on first of all before I get into the show. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. So thank you for that, guys. Yes, as I say, it's important if you get them likes in because it helps the channel grow up the search settings and people can find me a lot more easily. And also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm now up to 152 subscribers. So my next target's to get to 200 now. So it's going well and absolutely fantastic. And thank you to everybody so far who has subscribed to the channel. Absolutely fantastic. So, as the name of the show, World Cup Roundup. So it's the daily roundup. Sorry, I'm a little bit late in getting on tonight, guys. I was just currently on another show at the time and I had to get off and then come over to here. So it's been another interesting day at the World Cup. Does this World Cup continue to shock us? Well, you'd think the shocks were probably over with, but not today they weren't. So let's get into the two games that were at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So the game at 3 o'clock, there was Ghana versus Uruguay. Uruguay, they've had a very poor start this World Cup. Normally they're a type of team who can get through to the second round and maybe to the quarterfinals, but this World Cup they've been awful, haven't they? Absolutely terrible. And so they played against Ghana. Ghana had a penalty apparently, and they should have scored at 0-0 when he's Andre Ayew, so his penalty saved. But had Ghana gone 1-0 up, it could have been a totally different game. So Uruguay went on to win this game in the second half with 2 goals from De Arrascaeta on 26 and 32 minutes. So, sorry, at half-time was 2-0. 2 goals in 6 minutes, assisted by Suarez as well for one of them. Absolutely, you thought, right, that's it. Uruguay will probably go through because Portugal will probably go out there and beat South Korea. And so we're going to go on to the South Korea game in a moment, just after we look at the stats on this game between Uruguay and Ghana. So Ghana had 51% of possession, 10 shots, 4 shots on target, 5 corners and 18 fouls. Possession from Uruguay, 49%, 12 shots, 7 on target, 2 scored, 2 corners and 11 fouls. So there we have it with that game. So the other game in that group was between South Korea and Portugal. And again, another game you thought, Portugal will probably go on and win this game because they've played okay. They're a good enough side, and you'd think yes, they should have enough to go on and win this game without a shadow of a doubt. But not the case. I mean, Ricardo Horta scored for Portugal, took the lead, made it 1-0 Portugal, going towards... and then in the 27th minute, Kim Young-won scored for South Korea to make it 1-1, and that's how it stayed at the interval. It was 1-1. So second half came. As I say, I haven't seen the games, but I'm just going off what I've read on reports. And it wasn't until the 91st minute. South Korea then scored through Hwang Hee-chan on 91st minute. And he was assisted by Son Min-young of Tottenham Hotspur. And the Wolves forward, Huang, who scored twice against us last season, if you remember, in that game before the takeover, scored the winner. And it was absolute ecstasy for South Korea because knowing that Ghana had lost, South Korea were the team that were going through. So, I mean, an amazing table, amazing games, and yeah, well done, South Korea. And they've now got a date in the next round. So, the top of the group, Portugal finished 3 games, 2 wins, 1 defeat, goal difference +2, 6 points. South Korea finished second, 3 games, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat, 0 goal difference. Uruguay, they finished third, 3 games, 1 won 1, drew 1, lost 1, 0 goal difference. And Ghana, they finished bottom of the group on with 3 games, 1 win, 2 defeats, -2, and 3 points. So that's your table for Group H. So Portugal and South Korea progress to the second round of the competition. So let's go into the comments. Chris Banks is there. Evening, Tony. Evening, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, so the next games are the 7:00 games, which were very, very interesting tonight. So we go to Serbia versus Switzerland. And this game shared a lot of goals in it. They shared 5 goals this game. So pretty good. Shaqiri put Switzerland ahead in the 20th minute, only for our ex-striker Alexander Mitrovic to score after 26 minutes to make it 1-1. Then Dusan Vlahovic, who we were linked with, who's the Juventus player now, he then scored the second, put them 2-1 up. Then just before half-time, Mbolo scored to make it 2-2. So it was all square going in at the break. All good for Switzerland as well, because at that point they were still in control of going through. Second half comes, and Roman Frula scores after 48 minutes. The Nottingham Forest midfielder scores after an assist from Vargas and makes it Switzerland 3, Serbia 2. And that is pretty much how the game stayed. So Switzerland went on to win that game, and knowing the fact that they were probably through then when they won that game. So let's go on to the game of the night. Cameroon versus Brazil. Well, so what do we say about Cameroon versus Brazil? Well, Cameroon needed Switzerland to drop points to win to get through. So Cameroon had to go for this win against Brazil. It looked a bit shaky in places. I watched the game. Cameroon were okay. Brazil weren't too bad. But overall, it was a changed Brazil team. And by the time it got to half-time, it was all square at 0-0 at half-time. Second half came. Goalkeeper had a fumble on a shot, which he had to push around the post. He had a couple of flappy moments there, goalkeeper. He didn't look entirely brilliant, but he did what he had to do. And but Brazil looked comfortable. They were just stroking the ball around. Bruno Guimaraes came on, and he had chances to score and was unlucky. And I mean, Brazil weren't that great tonight. They were brilliant. They were good, but they weren't brilliant, if like they have been. But all fair to Cameroon, they stuck in there. I mean, Brian Mbeumo had one in. The Brentford player had a header in the second half, which he headed down into the ground, and Edison had to save it. But no, Cameroon stuck at it. They kept going and kept going, and they got their reward in the 92nd minute because Abubakar, the captain, scored what looked like the winner. So he scored the winner, took his shirt off, went celebrating with his shirt off, then realised when he got booked, he actually got sent off because he's actually his second yellow card. Bit harsh, I think, in my eyes, but obviously rules are rules. If you take your shirt off, you've got to be sent off. It's got to be a yellow card, so it is a sending off. And that's how the game stayed. And Cameroon shocked Brazil. Cameroon beat Brazil by 1-0. Brazil had chances but didn't take them. Overall, this World Cup has been full of shocks. We've seen the shocks everywhere in this World Cup, and it's been absolutely fantastic. You look at, people slate us England and they'll say, oh, Southgate's not this, Southgate's not that. But no disrespect, if you look at what Southgate's done in tournaments for England, World Cup 4 years ago, semi-finals, yes, probably we should have got the final of that World Cup. But we didn't, we got knocked out. Euros, we got the final. We lost on penalties. Penalties are a lottery, and players froze on that event as well. So, yeah, so we didn't do too well there. But Southgate's record at tournaments isn't bad at all. It's better than we've had for a long, long time under England managers. Even better than what Sven-Göran Eriksson done for us. He only got us to quarterfinals. He didn't actually take us past the quarterfinal stage. The last person to take us past the quarterfinals in the World Cup before Southgate was Sir Bobby Robson back in 1990. But other than that, nobody else has. So Southgate has took us further, and he's not got a bad record at tournaments. What you got to remember with the group stages is, first thing you got to do is you want to get out of that group and progress. That's what you've got to do, get out the group. And that's what we've done. We've got out the group and we've progressed. Yes, the game against the USA weren't the greatest game last Friday night. Maybe if we played the way we played against Wales, not second half, we could have beaten the USA and annihilated them, but we didn't. But we got the job done. We've got through. Nobody's won in every group in here, in the World Cup. Every team, no teams has won 3 off the bounce. So Brazil had the chance to do it tonight and they didn't. I mean, France has lost, Brazil lost, Argentina lost a game in the groups. All these big sides. So it's there to play for. And if Poland beat France on Sunday, would that shock me? Probably not, and I'll tell you why. Because this World Cup is full of shocks. We've not seen a World Cup like this. So it wouldn't surprise me if Poland beat France. I'm fully expecting us to go out there and beat Senegal, but I want us to put on a really good show. And we've got to go out there with attacking intent as well to go and beat these teams. And I just want to see a great display from England. I don't want to see any defensive display. We're playing Senegal. No disrespect to Senegal, but we must not play a defensive approach. We've got to go out there and attack them. Take the game to them, and we can put them out of sight. And then head for the quarterfinals, where we would play either Poland or France, but we'd probably know by the time we play who's in that quarterfinal berth. So let's hope we get to that quarterfinal, and let's hope we get past that quarterfinal as well. So we haven't done too bad. Now, in terms of the team on Sunday, the only things I would probably change is I would bring Trippier back for Walker, because I thought Walker was pretty poor against Wales. I know he's had an injury, so I would also, if Southgate has got the absolute bollocks to do it, drop Harry Kane and put Callum Wilson in from the start, which would mean Kieran Trippier takes over as captain for the game. Because I think Harry Kane, yes, he's got 2 assists, but he's done nothing else. And I think if you drop him, it might make him think that, oh, hang on, I better get back in this team now and play because I'm going to get dropped, and give Callum Wilson a go. But we can beat them. And we shouldn't worry about Senegal in any way, shape or form. So let's hope we go out against Senegal and give a good account of ourselves, win the game, first and foremost, just win the game, get through to the quarterfinals. Because, as Declan Rice says, we have got a good squad. We can go a long way in this competition. We just got to start proving it. If you look at the way England women play, Serena Weigman, she's got them playing with an attacking football. That's what Southgate needs to start doing, playing with some attacking football. Because play with that attacking football and we will go far in this competition. Not saying we're going to win it. Be nice if we got to the final. But then it's a one-off game. Who knows what happens? But first and foremost, let's win on Sunday. And then let's see who the opponents are as well. Let's hope the opponents we'll get, no disrespect, but it would be nice if we got Poland over France. Because who knows? Poland could shock France. We've seen all these different shocks going on in the World Cup. We've seen Brazil tonight get beat off Cameroon. Portugal got beat off South Korea. Argentina got beat by Saudi Arabia. France got beat by Tunisia. We've actually come out of the group unbeaten. So we've done better than France, Brazil, Spain, Portugal. So we've actually got out of the group unbeaten. You know, Holland got out unbeaten, but they same points as us, 7 points. So it's all intriguing. It's all set up to be a good World Cup now. Now the knockout rounds are here. Now the groups have all finished now completely. So now you've got the knockout rounds. Why not go for it? Get your comments in the chat. Tell me what you think. Do you think we should just drop Walker on Sunday, put Trippier back in that team, and maybe drop Kane and put Wilson in? Because Kane's not done a lot. Get your comments in the chat. Tell us what you think, guys. But we are doing well, and we just got to go out there on Sunday with that belief that we can go out there and beat South Korea. That's what we need to do. So, so tomorrow, guys, now I haven't got a show planned as such, but I may just put a one on out of the blue. So be aware that maybe a show comes on live at some point, because I may be at some secret location tomorrow, which I'm not going to reveal at the moment, hence the word secret. And I'm going to do a broadcast from there. And it'll be interesting to see what thoughts I get off people. But yeah, so it's going to be a secret location where I'll be at, and I'm going to film from there. And let's see how it goes tomorrow. But yeah, guys, like I say, drop your comments in the chat. What do you think about the England team for Sunday? Do you think we should change it? Do you agree that Trippier should come in? Maybe Wilson as well. Let me know your thoughts. And it's all set up for a good game on Sunday against Senegal. I mean, the amount of shocks we've seen is just unreal in this World Cup. It absolutely is. But this is what it's all about. It's nice seeing underdog doing well rather than always being the favourites. We've seen Germany go out last night. Brilliant, you know. Germany's gone. Japan's through. Japan went through as group winners. Who would have thought that? What would the price have been for that at the bookies? I mean, gosh, you know. Tomorrow's games. So 3:00 is Holland versus USA. Again, that's a tough game for Holland because the USA aren't a bad side. And if they turn around and beat Holland, that's a statement of intent, isn't it? And then in the other game, you have Argentina versus Australia. Again, what's saying Argentina don't get beat off Australia? We've seen them get beat off Saudi Arabia. And Australia have just won the last 2 games, so who's to say that Australia don't upset the odds tomorrow? It's going to be absolutely fascinating, tomorrow's games in the second round of this competition. And Chris says, England have a good chance as anyone of progressing this tournament. Yeah, they do, absolutely. I mean, yeah, 100%. I totally agree with you. We can go far in this competition. I think people, I know as much as some of us are not really keen on Southgate as such, But when you look at his tournament record, it's really not that bad. We've just not made that final step to win something, but we've getting so close. I mean, we literally had our hands on that Euro trophy until they equalised in the second half, and then it got taken off us when they got the penalties. But, you know, Southgate has not really done too bad in tournaments. I just wonder how far we can go. I mean, guys, how far do you think we can actually go in this tournament? Do you think we can get all the way at the final? Do you think we'll fall at the semis? I mean, even if we were playing France in the quarterfinals, France are going to find it tough against us. It's not going to be easy for France because we're not an easy team, really. Yes, we had that Poor Nations League, but I think maybe that because it was all rushed because of this World Cup, the Nations League, and it was all having to be played in such a short space of time. Maybe players just were sick. They just wanted to go on the holidays. They weren't interested in it. I think a lot of countries were the same. They weren't interested in this tournament. So I mean, yeah, I can see it. I can see where it's coming from. So guys, I mean, what do you think? How far do you think we can go in this tournament? And I'll just pop that on. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, so guys, please like what you see. That's absolutely fantastic. It does help the channel be found in the search more easily as well. And also the subscribe button really does help the channel grow as well. I mean, like I say, this World Cup's been absolutely fascinating so far. And I've just enjoyed seeing the amount of shocks that has actually happened. I'm glad England's not at the end of one of them shocks at the moment. And let's hope we're not on Sunday night. I can't say. I think we should be all right. We should get through that game. And if we do win it, then it's all about luck after that, isn't it? When you got the quarterfinals. And just remember, these are just one-off games. So anything can happen. Rashford's on fire at the moment. Shame Kane isn't on fire, but Rashford is. And let's see how far we can progress before everybody comes. Let's have a look. Alan's just said, "Good evening to you, Alan. Hope you're well, mate." He says, "England look good, but beware discounting Poland or Senegal. Do you think you can get the final? Get to the final?" I mean, thing is, Alan. I mean, Southgate's record in tournaments, as I've just mentioned, isn't bad. As much as some of us are not keen on him as manager, but you've got to say his tournament record is his tournament record's not bad at all. It's quite good. It's better than what we used to have under previous managers. I mean, Roy Hodgson could only get us to the second round of the Euros, and that was terrible. Fabio Capello got us to the second round of the World Cup. So, and then 2014, we didn't even get out the group stage of the World Cup. We went out on a wimp. So, yeah, I mean, Southgate's done all right in tournaments, and this is his third tournament now. Yeah, I mean, we're wary of Poland and wary of Senegal, but we know how to play against Poland. We've played them before. We've beat Poland before, and we've drew with them. It all depends how Poland turn up tomorrow against Sunday against France. If Poland beat France, then that'll be a shock. But that might work better for England. It all depends what France turn up and how well they play. So we'll have to wait and see on Sunday what happens with that game. But I'm pretty confident England should have enough in that group to go out there and beat Senegal. No disrespect to Senegal. Yes, they've got some good players, but England shouldn't have any worries about going out there and beating them. As long as England go out there in the mindset that if they beat Senegal, they have to do it professionally. And let's hope we just beat Senegal. But we've got to go out there and make a statement. Let's go out there, play attacking football, show Senegal that we mean business, get through the quarterfinals, and then take it from there. It's only made up all as well. I can't see why England can't progress further than they have for a while. They're rated fifth, only team not to lose, and Southgate still has a very good record. Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's only us, I think, in Netherlands who haven't lost a game in the groups. But other than that, everybody else has lost games, haven't they? So, yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows how far we can get? But we've got to give it a good go. We've got to have a go at it and give it a good shot. Um, so let's hope. Let's hope we, like I say, we need to beat Senegal on Sunday. That's the first hurdle. And then basically, after you beat them, you've got two more games before the final. So you've got to look at them next two games and think, right, we need to win them next two, get the final, and then who knows in the final what happens. It'd be lovely for England to get the final as well, wouldn't it? And that'll be the best since then, 66, getting to a first World Cup final. And Chess says, I think they'll probably finish third. I think you mean in England. Yeah, I mean, well, we'll see. But it depends who we get in the semi-finals. That's the thing, it's just how the World Cup shapes up. Um, I mean, it's fascinating, that's for sure. So we just have to wait and see. Um, I mean, who saw Brazil getting beat tonight? I mean, none of us would have seen that happening tonight. I think Senegal. I looked at Sky. I bet there was 16-1 to beat Brazil. I wish I'd put a bet on it now. I would have won some money for it. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. So anybody can be beaten in this. Chris says Netherlands are undefeated. Yeah, I thought they were. Yeah, they haven't lost yet, but no, it's like I say, it's shaping up to be a really good World Cup, and there's long may it continue as well. Let's see a few more shocks. Alan says, yeah, shocks are plenty. Southgate got a very good squad. Yes, he has. He's got an excellent squad. I mean, we've got some great talent in that squad. Just need to take the handbrake off, utilise that squad, get out there, play the football, play attacking football, and that that can only be a great thing for England. But we need to do it, and we need to do it more. Play the attacking football. That's what we've got to do, and just see where we go from there. But let's hope. It's very open at the moment, and yeah, it would be nice to see a couple of shocks this weekend, like Australia beating Argentina, the US beating the Netherlands. That would be brilliant as well. Who would have saw that coming? So yeah. And Chaz says this World Cup is like a league, should be where anyone can beat anyone. Yeah, absolutely, Chaz. I mean, it is just, um, yeah, it is. It is just really weird the way it's going on. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those tournaments. It's absolutely fantastic what's happening, and the deeper it goes, the better for England as well. So let's see how far we go in this competition. That's the main thing. Getting past Senegal on Sunday. That's the first hurdle, and then whoever we get in the quarterfinals, whether it's France or Poland, then that's the next hurdle, and then whoever we would probably get in the semi-finals as well. I mean, just looking here on the. I mean, it's just going to be absolutely. It's going to be brilliant to see how far we actually go in this World Cup. Let's go to some Newcastle United news now. And it's been reported, I don't know if anybody's seen this as well. It's been reported that Ryan Fraser has spoken to a media outlet in Scotland, I believe. And he said that he does want to leave the club because he's very frustrated because he's getting no game time at Newcastle United. Well, I'm sorry, Ryan Fraser. You're not good enough, and that's why you're not getting the team. If you played well and you were a world beater, then you'd still be in the team. And if Ryan Fraser wants to go, I'm happy if the club get rid of him. They'll probably say, well, bring a replacement in, and then he can go. It's just who's going to take him on his £80,000 a week wages. That is the key. That is the thing. But Ryan Fraser won't be missed, that's for sure. So if Ryan Fraser isn't happy because he's not getting game time and wants to leave the club, then there you go. There's the door. Off you go, and see you later. Because if you can't do it for you, if you can't play for your team, if you can't be a team player like that, then we don't want you. But yeah, there's the door. Let him go. The only problem is who's going to take him on 80 grand a week. That's the problem. Guys, get your thoughts in the chat. What do you think about Ryan Fraser? Would he be a loss? Not for me, wouldn't be, no. So I would say, yeah, definitely off you go, Ryan, and good luck in your future. But to be fair, he hasn't really cut it here, has he? And he's no loss whatsoever. Same with Kieran Clark. He won't be back at the end of the season because his contract runs out. And I think the same with Matty Longstaff as well, who's really gone downhill as well since he's gone to Colchester. He just hasn't really played much either for them. So his career's nosedive, but he was bruised, wasn't he? Chris says, Fraser plays better for Scotland. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? I mean, that game against Ukraine, he came on as a substitute and he set 2 goals up from the corners. And I was thinking, well, hang on, if you can do that for Scotland and from a corner, why can't you do that in Newcastle? So, yeah, I don't understand that one. It's like, do you know, I tell you who he reminds me of, Ryan Fraser. He very reminds you much of Michael Owen. Michael Owen didn't do a lot for the town, for us, but as soon as he played for England, and like Fraser plays for Scotland, they play much better. So yeah, he's got that Owen look about him, hasn't he? Alan says, we'll avoid Brazilian this half. Yep, Fraser can jump on a train tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we wouldn't play Brazil in any of the games, would we, until the finals? So, yeah, and that's even could be a Brazil-Argentina semi-final if everything goes to plan. That would be a cracking semi-final, wouldn't it? So, yeah, absolutely. And I've got Archer in the house. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you're well, mate. He says, good evening, Tony. Just drop your subscribe and a new member. Oh, thank you very much, mate. Thank you for that, Andrew. And Archer's a good lad. He saw us on BD show and absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I mean, as I say, with Ryan Fraser, he can just go basically. He's done now at Newcastle as far as I'm concerned. The last few games he's came on, he hasn't really brought anything to the table, and he's not good enough really. But £80,000 a week, one of our former owners' good deeds to give him that sort of contract. He's not even worth that much money a week. Yes, he had his heyday at Bournemouth, but he really just hasn't hit it off with us. So yeah, I think he might even be destined to go back to Scotland, to be fair, and he'd probably do better in Scotland because maybe the Premier League's too much for him. Who knows? But yeah. So, I mean, tomorrow's games, as I say, you've got Holland to USA. Now, how do I see that game going? Well, Holland are playing well at the moment. I mean, playing well. They're getting through their games. Gakpo's on fire scoring for them. But the USA aren't a bad side. They've got some pace on that side as well. And Pulisic isn't a bad player. And that Dest is all right as well, isn't he, the right back? So the US, they're no mugs. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this one. Predict this one. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to predict. Oh, what do I say for this game? Tell you what, I'm going to go 2-1 USA. They are going to put the first shock in this second round, the USA. 2-1 USA. Netherlands are going home tomorrow, Sunday. So there you go. USA 2, Netherlands 1. That's what I'm thinking. And then for the second game, Argentina, Australia. I would say Argentina 3-1. But then I wouldn't be surprised if Australia shocked Argentina and won the game. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. But no, it's not really, because I want to see Argentina to win that 3-1 tomorrow. I think they'll do the business. They'll have just that little bit too much for Australia. But it's been a big achievement from Australia for what they've done to get to the second round. I mean, absolutely brilliant from the Socceroos, isn't it? And it's always nice to see small nations getting through to the next round of the thing, rather than always being the perennial favourites. And there's no Belgium, there's no Germany. No, they're both on their way home. So, and let's see, because it's shaping up to be a very interesting World Cup. I mean, after Brazil losing tonight, they finish top of the group just on goal difference as well, over Switzerland. But then you tend to think if Switzerland had won that game 3-0, Switzerland would have finished top and Brazil would have been second. Then you would have had it Brazil-Portugal. But instead, you've got Brazil now against South Korea, and Portugal-Switzerland. So it's shaping up to be a really good tournament. And on that as well, I mean, you think Brazil have played tonight, and then they've got to play again on Monday, 7 o'clock. So they're not getting much rest, where we played Tuesday and we've got to rest all the way till Sunday. So, it's madness, isn't it, really? And yeah, it is. It's just absolute madness, totally. But yeah, it's been as I say, it's been a very interesting day at the World Cup again. Shocks again have been had. We didn't think Brazil would have lost, did we? And we didn't think Portugal would have lost to South Korea. So it just shows you that yeah, shocks are there, aren't they? And yeah, I mean, there's been some league action tonight in England's leagues as well. So I'll run through some results here tonight. League One's played tonight. Bolton Wanderers 1, Bristol Rovers 1. Charlton Athletic 0, Cheltenham Town 1. Ipswich Town 1, Fleetwood Town 1. Morecambe 1, Exeter City 1. Peterborough United 1, Barnsley 2. And league leaders Plymouth Argyle 0, Port Vale 2. So they've lost tonight. League 2 was playing as well. Crewe Alexandra 1, Newport County 2. Doncaster Rovers 0, Walsall 2. Stevenage 5, Barrow 0. So that's a big result there. And National League North, we have a couple of local sides in there. Chester City 1, Blyth Spartans 0. So Blyth unluckily lost to Chester. And Darlington 2, Kettering Town 2. And that match is still going on after 88 minutes. So it's 2-2 at the moment with that one, with Darlington against Kettering as well, Town. So yeah, so just thought I'll throw some league results in there for you as well tonight. Let's Let's see what people are saying in the chat as well. And Archer says, I agree, Fraser has to go for me personally. I'll do a swap with Leeds, take Harrison, they can have Fraser. Yeah, I doubt they'll take Fraser off us, so will they? They're not that desperate, are they? But I would have Harrison, yeah, definitely. Andrew says, Holland will beat USA and Australia will beat Argentina. Well, yeah, that would be a turn off for the books, but I've just got the feeling that Holland might be too complacent against the USA. They haven't really set this World Cup alight yet, have they? LA Coffee, hi Tony and all. And he says, I thought Brazil's defeat meant Cameroon won the group. No, they didn't, no. But Switzerland would have won the group had they won 3-0. So there you go. Oh, never mind, got the table wrong. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, I mean, Switzerland would have won that group had they won 3-0 tonight, had they kept a clean sheet. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's again, like I say, it's been a day of shocks again at the World Cup. And it's just, you get every day you see a shock happening and you're like, oh, another shock. But now you're sort of getting used to it and you're thinking, well, is it a shock anymore? Or is it just because the bigger nations, the likes of Brazil's, the likes of France, are trying to be too cocky and thinking, oh, well, we're all right, we're going through now anyway, so we're not going to get beaten. And then you're getting beaten. And yeah, it's really strange the way teams are playing at the moment. They're just thinking, you know, are we going to carry on? Or should we just like take our foot off the gas and just relax and, you know, but we'll still have enough to beat them by relaxing. No. I mean, France made 9 changes against Tunisia and got what they deserved, nothing. And I like Coffee says to that, and then he said, South Korea are an industrious side, especially in the box. Yes, they are. They're a very good side. I mean, they've got Heung-min Son, who's great, and they've got Hwang as well, who plays for Wolves. I mean, you know, he's not a bad player, and he knows where the back of the net is as well. So yeah, I mean, it's just shaping up. I mean, Japan deserved their win against Spain. They were brilliant again, and they helped knock the Germans out. In some ways, did Spain deliberately want to lose that game, knowing that the Germans would go out if they lost that game, because they were worried that the Germans might have overturned Costa Rica. But if Spain were taking their foot off the gas, they played a very dangerous game because they were very close to going out last night as well. But Costa Rica just couldn't hang on against the Germans. They don't blaze their shots over the bar. Yeah, absolutely. These Asian sides have been absolutely brilliant. Japan, South Korea, and yeah, it's good to see them get through at the next round. And don't forget, 20 years ago, South Korea got the semi-finals under Gus Hiddink of the World Cup. And that was no fluke either, because they played some attractive football as well. So guys, if you just come up the channel at the moment, if you like what you see, then please hit the like button, as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. So yeah, guys, thank you for that. Yeah, if you please hit the like button, it does help the channel in the search because people can find the channel a lot more easily as well. So the more likes, the more it sends it up the search. And also the subscribe, that does help the channel grow. And it's absolutely fantastic. And my latest one tonight is Archer, who's subscribed tonight. So thank you very much for that, Archer. I'm now 47 away from hitting the magical 200 mark. Wonder if I could hit that before Christmas. That would be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, we shall wait and see. So guys, come on tonight. I mean, I did mention in the show earlier on as well. So tomorrow, I'll probably come on live, but I'll I'll try and make an announcement about what time I'll be on live, but it'll be during the day, and I'm going to be at a location, a secret location that I haven't told anybody about, and so you're going to have to tune in. If you don't tune in live, then obviously watch it on the catch up because then you'll probably all want to see where I'm going tomorrow or where I'm going to be. It's because I'm going out shopping tomorrow as well, so where I'm going to be very close to this place, and so I'm going to take the opportunity of doing a vlog when I'm there. So yeah, so keep an eye out for that, and that would be very interesting. It'll You'll probably keep thinking it over. Where am I going to be? Where am I going to be? But you'll find out tomorrow, and we shall see where I am, and you'll be very surprised. Let's delve into another comment. I like coffee. Bruno needs to work on his shooting in the box. In my opinion, the penalty miss he had worries me now. Well, to be fair, he's not getting in the Brazil team, and I don't know why he's not getting in the Brazil team ahead of Fred. I know Foxy, if Foxy was in the chat, he'd say yeah, but Fred's performances for Brazil have probably been better than Bruno, but yeah, but still. But then when he's played for us and he's scored, he's always done well. I mean, he scored that header in the box last year against Leicester. So I don't know. It's just funny. Could it be those pitches over there? I don't know. Could it be the heat or anything? It could be them balls that they're playing with. We don't know. We just don't know. St James's Park. Yeah. Yeah. So St James's Park. I mean, yes, he missed that penalty, but do you know what? All players miss penalties. Rashford, Saka miss penalties in the Euros. It happens, you know. Bruno got into great positions today, but scuffed his shots. Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's when it's not going for you, it's not going for you. But when it goes for you, they fly in. I mean, his header against Brentford this season, fantastic. The goal from outside the box against Brentford, absolutely great, brilliant again. It's just not. I don't know. It's just something that's not clicking for him in the Brazil team at the moment. But then he's not playing from the start, so only the manager can answer that question. But yeah, it's just. But you know, I'm not bothered if he's not playing in the World Cup much because that means there's less chance of him getting injured, and it means he'll come back to Newcastle fresh as well. So even better, because we want all our players to come back without any injuries whatsoever. I mean, Switzerland will probably go out the next round as well, so Shaw will be back quicker as well. I like coffee says I was guessing St James's Park is a secret location Tony will be streaming from. Well, I would be telling that, wouldn't it? So, yeah, no, you'll find out tomorrow, and believe me, it's yeah, you'll find out tomorrow. Don't worry. It's I'm keeping it all under wraps at the moment. I'll probably do a tease in the video as well before I reveal where I am. He almost got injured today. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Chris says, did you say the Uruguay players intimidating the officials after the Ghana match? I didn't see the match at all because I was actually at work, so I didn't see the game. But I may catch up with the highlights. But I don't know why they were intimidating the officials for. I mean, what reason was it for, Chris? Do you know? Because to me, there's no reason for intimidation. At the end of the day, they don't play well in the World Cup. You don't win your games, then sorry, you don't deserve to go through the next round. Simple as. So what have they got to whinge about? You know, there's nothing to whinge about really. Are they going to say Portugal threw the game against South Korea because South Korea went through? You know, or he said because they thought they should have had a penalty. Well, if they thought that, it would have gone to VAR, and VAR would have checked it, and if it's not a penalty, it's not a penalty. Simple as. So they've got no argument. It's sour grapes because they've gone out bad losers. Alan says Bruno got praised for his performance last game by Brazilian press. Really great stats. Um, yeah, yeah, there was. He played really well in that last game. But again, why is he not starting for Brazil? What is going on there? Why aren't they starting him? He's a quality player. He's probably one of the best players in the World Cup, but he's just not getting the start, and he should be. I like Coffee. Apparently, there's a scuffle in the Swiss Serbia game, and Shaw was apparently separating players. Is that why he got booked? Well, if that's the case, then that's ridiculous, and he shouldn't have been booked for it. But that's what these officials are like. They're card happy, aren't they? Alan says for the time he was on. Yeah, I mean that's it. He's just not really starting games, is he, for Brazil? That's the problem, and I just don't get why. Why is Fred starting games over Bruno for? I really, really don't get it. But we'll look forward to tomorrow's games as well. Like I say, we've got Holland, USA, and Argentina, Australia. So they're going to be great games to watch tomorrow, and it should be interesting. Cavani punched and smashed the VAR monitor as he walked off. Oh, well then, if he's done that, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, then, isn't he? So there might be sanctions from FIFA there, and could be repercussions from that. So we'll watch the space with interest. No doubt we might hear more about this as well. Referee for the Brazil game was smelling all the time. Very happy. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, he didn't do too bad. He was an American ref as well from the States, so obviously from the MLS. I mean, it's embarrassing that we've got no VAR officials over here. It's because we're not good enough. And as a country, we should be embarrassed by that. We should be really embarrassed by that. But at least we've got two good referees in Michael Oliver and Anthony Taylor. So we've got two good referees there as well. So I don't know how far they're going on in the tournament. We don't know what the refereeing is for the next round. I'll have a look actually, guys, and see who the appointments are for World Cup second round. Let's have a look. There we are, round of 16. So France, Poland. The referee is from Venezuela. Jesus Valenzuela. That's his name. So he's from Valenzuela. The referee for the England-Senegal game is Ivan Barton from Slovenia. Isn't that the referee who we had the other night? So if that is, then okay, that's different. If that's who we've got, then they're not showing. They're not showing any more at the moment. Let's have a look. See if I can find it somewhere else, guys. Because yeah, I would have thought there might have been more on it, but yeah, we haven't got any more on it at the moment. But yeah, but that looks interesting. If that's the one that we had on Tuesday against Wales, he wasn't too bad at all. So yeah, let's hope. Sent the Ghana player off for taking his shirt off after scoring. It was the Cameroon captain, Coffee, against Brazil, because he'd already been on a yellow card, and because he took his shirt off, it's a second yellow card. So it's a red card and you're off. And do you know what? He knew they weren't. He'd won the game, but they weren't going through, and probably didn't care. To be fair, he just thought, you know what? Who cares? Let's get sent off. And I'm not bothered. I'm taking one for the team. Plus, we're going home tomorrow, so who cares? And can't blame him for that, can you really? So, yeah. He sent him off for the smell, though. Yeah, he probably didn't want to do it, but he knew he had to. You got to apply the laws of the game, unfortunately, and that's the thing. You've got to do it. Ali Coffee says Cameroon, yes, but yeah, I mean, you've got to do it. It's the laws of the game, and that's the that's the thing. You've just got to go over the floor, haven't you? So right, the teams are very similar with their flag colours. Oh, do you mean is that Senegal and Cameroon? Yeah, they are sort of similar, aren't they? Yeah. But it'll be very interesting anyway. And just play this again. Hang on a minute, guys. Sorry. There we go. If you like what you see, then please hit the like button as it makes the channel more visible in the search. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as it helps the channel grow and it's free to do. Finally, hit the bell button. That will notify you when I'm live or put a pre-recorded video on and any upcoming shows. Thank you very much. Yeah, so thank you for that, guys. It really does help the channel, and I do appreciate everything people do when they come on, subscribe, and like the channel as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, I mean, I've got no more on any more referee appointments at the moment, so that may come in the next day or two as well. But yeah, very interesting if that's what if that's what England have. I mean, England's potential route to the World Cup final. So this is what we could potentially have to the World Cup final if we get there. So we got Senegal on Sunday, quarterfinals. We could play France or Poland. So say we get the semi-finals, then our semi-final could potentially be against Morocco, Spain, Portugal, or Switzerland to get to the final. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't put it past Morocco to knock Spain out. Morocco's played really well. Or say Switzerland don't knock Portugal out. It's all heading to look for a good World Cup, isn't it? So who knows? Cameroon, Ghana, and Senegal. Yeah, because I think they're all in that like little clump, aren't they, in that part of Africa? And Alan says, yeah, he shook the ref's hand. Yeah, he probably didn't care, to be fair. He just thought, you know what? We're on the way out the World Cup. Let's just go and let's have fun. But yes, I mean, guys, that's not bad. Even in the semis, if we've got Morocco, Spain, or Portugal, or Switzerland, we're a match for any of them. I mean, it's a nicer run. We could have had Brazil if we'd finished second in the semi-finals, mainly. So, to finish top, we've done really good. LA Coffee says Spain don't look as intimidating as like before. No, they don't. I mean, yes, they scored 7 against Costa Rica. I keep calling them Croatia. Costa Rica. Scored 7 against them. But other than that, no, nothing to be afraid of. They do play a high press. Yes, they do. Spain do play a high press. But again, nothing to be afraid of. And we shall see how far it goes. But I mean, guys, we look forward to tomorrow's game, the start of the knockout rounds. This is where it all gets better and all gets serious now. And this is where we see teams just dropping out when they're getting beat. So, yeah, it's shaping up for a fantastic week, a fantastic rest of the tournament now. Because the group stages are great, but you just want to get to the knockout stages. So the knockout stages are here. Let's now go on and enjoy the knockout stages. See if we see any more shocks in that, and let's see how far England go. But yeah, guys, so if you want to find me, you find me on my channel, which you're obviously on tonight. So it's all black and white TV. Also, you can find me on Twitter at TonyTooney31. Follow me and I'll follow you back. And also, if you like the video, hit the likes, please. It really does help me in the search settings, makes people find the channel easier. And also, the subscribe really does help grow the channel. So I'm hoping I can hit the 200 mark by Christmas. That would be an absolute fantastic achievement. And also hit the bell button. That will let you know when I come on with a live show or I put a pre-recorded video on, or any upcoming shows as well. So that will give you the notifications. LA Coffee is Koulibaly, different for Chelsea and different for Senegal. Well, I mean, the ball fell nicely to him the other day, and that's why he had no option but to score. But I don't know. Maybe different playing against us because our players know what he's like. So they'll probably target him, to be fair. So let's see. Let's see how he does on Sunday. But yeah, he's probably is different for Senegal and Chelsea. He's struggling in the Premier League, isn't he? Really bad. And I keep telling John this, and John keeps saying, well, yeah, but in that, and I say, yeah, but John, when he was at Napoli, he was in Serie A, totally different league to the Premier League. And I think that's where John's not grasping it. It's Serie A is a totally different league to the English Premier League. Yes, Koulibaly might have hit the heights over in Serie A and been one of the best defenders there, but he's looked very ordinary in the English Premier League. So, yeah. And Alan says, look at Belgium, meant to be second best team in the ratings. Yeah, absolutely. Belgium have been absolutely shocking. Torn apart by Morocco, 2-0. Went out with a Croatia to draw yesterday, and they beat Canada 1-0, but they were lucky to beat Canada because Canada, one, should have scored that penalty, and two, Canada had that many shots in the game. They could have beat Belgium 4-1 and nobody would have batted an eyelid because they would have said, oh, hang on a minute, well, Belgium were poor, so they deserved it. Alan gave the thumbs up as well. Yeah, so guys, I mean, again, like I say, we've had another fantastic day full of shocks again. And this World Cup keeps throwing up surprises. But and long may these surprises continue. Not at England's expense, by the way, but not at England's expense. But other countries, I want to see it happen. But yeah, definitely not at the expense of us, England. So yeah, and Chris says, I see the Belgian players went home on different planes. So much for team spirit. Yeah, they've probably gone back to their clubs, to be fair, and yeah, I think that's what's happened. They've probably just gone back to their respective clubs, and I suppose Premier League teams will be happy, or teams abroad will be happy that they've got their players back. They've come out the first round, so yeah, let's hope anyway. But it's not us getting on that plane at the moment, so long we're staying here a little bit longer, and hopefully a bit longer after that as well. So yeah, so thanks very much, guys. I'm going to wrap up the show now, but don't forget, tomorrow I will be at a secret location, and I will be doing a vlog from that location, and all will be revealed tomorrow. So keep an eye out for a late statement of putting a show on. But keep your eyes open for it, and then I'll tell you exactly where I am, or I'll show you exactly where I am, and it looks like it'll be fantastic as well. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And got last couple of comments. Apparently had to do with beef among players years before the tournament. Yeah, it could be with what De Bruyne said as well, didn't he? Because he come out with it as well and said, "Oh, the players are too old and things like that." So yeah, it's a right mess. And I wonder if Martinez had to go on a separate plane as well because he's not part of the Belgium team no more, is he? Great show, Tony. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, mate, for all your support. LA Coffee. Bye, Tony and all. Bye, LA Coffee. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. But yeah, it's a strange one with Belgium, but they've got to go rebuilding now, so that'll be a while before they're back on the scene. So, guys, thank you very much, and I bid you good night and see you later. And keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow. Bye bye for now.